What is up, it's Schmeedy, and today I'm going to show you my rich trainer run that earns 200k or more per hour with one amulet coin. The best part of this strategy, it requires only one Pokemon that's actually super affordable on the GTL, and once we talk about that and the couple other things you'll need, I'll take you through the run step by step. This run is based off of Petrowski's, who doesn't need an intro from a little guy like me, but I've made a few major changes to make the run even more brain dead and accessible to complete immediately after finishing the stories in Kanto, Unova, and Sinnoh where the run takes place. I'll also tell you exactly where you should heal and cover the very few potential speed bumps along the way. Now, since we're talking about making as much Pokeyen in an hour that we can, definitely need to mention something called story strings, which if you don't have installed, you'll want to do so because it drastically decreases the amount of time per battle and healing because of how it alters the game's text bubbles. I have a short that will show you exactly how to set that up linked in the description. You'll also want to hit Ctrl Z or hold down the A button on your controller to auto select moves and save a bunch more time skipping through text prompts. That's why we'll have the Pokemon with a specific move in the first slot. One other cool thing before getting into the run requirements, you can rebattle trainers once every 6 hours, so with enough availability, you could actually do this run 3 times in a day. For example, once at 8 AM, again at 3 PM, and lastly at 10 PM if you're feeling extra ambitious or strapped for cash. Now let's get into the few things that you'll need to complete this run. The specific Pokemon mentioned earlier and the most important requirement of the run is a level 100 Cloyster. It needs to have a plus attack nature like Adamant. You'll want to have an EV trained to have max attack and speed, and you'll want 25 pluses for the attack and speed IVs. You can have 15 pluses in the other stats, except special attack doesn't matter. It will need to know Icicle Spear, which you'll position in the first move slot and you'll PP max that move. It will also need the Skill Link ability, which will make Icicle Spear hit the max 5 times every attack. And you'll need it to have a Choice Band hold, which locks it into the first move selected but will boost your Cloyster's damage by 50%, ensuring that it KOs even when attacking into Pokemon that resist ice. Let's take a quick look in the GTL to see what something like this might go for. Advanced Search. Minimum attack, we're going to do the 25, same for the speed. We're going to do the Has move, Icicle Spear. We're going to make sure the nature is Adamant. Search, minimum price. No, that's probably too good to be true, right? That 35k. Needs to be EV trained. Yeah, shell armor, that's no good. Let's take a look at this next one, 66k. The EVs are jacked up on this one, so that would need to be redone. But those are good. It has Icicle Spear and Skill Link, so that wouldn't be bad. You would just need to get a few berries to undo those EVs. So let's see if there's something that's even better. What's this one looking like? Needs to be EV trained. 31 attack, 27 speed. 1 green number there, that's kind of cool. Oh, but this is a shell armor one as well. Alright, so moving on. Let's see this one, even 100k. Ooh, this is EV trained. 26 attack, 28 speed, good enough. Icicle Spear, Skill Link, very nice, okay. Even 100k, initial investment, and you'll make more than double that in your first hour. Now let's take a look at what choice bands are going for. 82k, so around 182k total investment in your Cloyster. What about amulet coins? 16.7, so even with that, that's under 200k. So you're going to make more than your initial investment back in the first hour with this run strategy. That's going to enable you to make 600k plus per day potentially, which is actually kind of insane. The next thing you'll need is a few HMs on the team to be able to access all of the areas on the run. First you'll need Surf, which I have here on my Golduck, as well as Rock Climb, which is the second one you'll need. Golduck is actually a super underrated HM mule, and I have a short explaining why that I'll link in the description. There's 2 more that you need, which I have on this level 8 Pidgey, and that's Fly and Defog. You could use something cooler if you really want, but my Pidgey does the job. Next are the items you'll need for your run. You'll need an amulet coin, which as you saw can be purchased from the GTL for between 16 to 18k right now. You'll need to pick it up from your mailbox if you don't buy it from the computer in the Poke Center, which if you do actually just goes directly into your inventory. And the only other item you'll need is a repel, which you can get from a Pokemart for 400 Pokeyen. You want to put these items on your hotkeys to save time on your run. For this run, you'll need to have access to a few different endgame regions. You'll need 5 Island in the Kanto region, Undella Town in the Unova region, and the survival area and resort area in the Sinnoh region. Make sure you have access to all of those locations before you go popping that amulet coin. So those are all of the mandatory requirements, but there's a couple bonus things to consider. There's the tiniest chance that you encounter a shiny Pokemon while on this run, and you'd be really sad if you didn't have your catching Pokemon in your party when that happened. You've got the space, so take it along with you just in case. Also, you could potentially level a Pokemon using an EXP share. It could be one that you need to level up for other things that you want to do, or one that you're leveling up for the specific reason of selling for profit. This will reduce the amount that you earn per hour from the battles because of the extra time taken telling you about your experience gain, leveling, and selecting moves, but it could make you more overall from the sale of that leveled Pokemon. What you might want to level for profit though is for a different guide. Okay, that wraps up all of the requirements and everything you want to consider before starting. Really quick before getting into the actual pathing of the run, please give this video a like if it's helping you out and subscribe for more PokeMMO guides and content like this. It means a lot to see that number go up and I get to go and brag to my kids and they think I'm like the coolest dad in the world because I have an awesome YouTube channel. So thank you for your support. It really encourages me to keep making more videos. Now let's get into the pathing we'll take and the few things to look out for. We're going to start at 5 Island in the Kanto region, and we're going to make sure that we have our amulet coin and our repel ready in our hotkey slot, as well as our defog HM, just to make sure that things are quick and ready to go. We're going to head over to the north of the island here, and you can see those blank text bubbles from the story strings. This is where you can use a repel to avoid these random encounters, but me personally, I am far too cheap. This is about making money after all, and we haven't even used our amulet coin yet, so you know, this is where I choose to pinch pennies. And I get rewarded here with only the one random encounter, pretty lucky. So, you're gonna end up facing these two rich girl trainers here. One there and one there. And those are actually the only trainers that we'll face in Kanto. So we will head over to Vermilion City after that, because we are going to make our way over to the Unova region. Once we get to the Unova region, we are going to immediately fly over to Undella Town, and we're going to head north through the pass here and proceed west up the stairs and head over and face these two old trainers here, this one and then this one up here. Oh, and that makes me think I should probably show you what it looks like using this Cloyster here in a battle. I'm gonna button mash A on my controller so you can see the skipping of the text prompts and the auto selecting of the move. Saves a ton of time. It all adds up by the end and results in more Pokeyen on your account. So you see with those attack EVs and IVs and that skill link ability, getting the max number of attacks every time that it needs. And it's just absolutely mopping through these opposing Pokemon. This is the only one that I'm going to show you though, because this does get a little bit repetitive. You'll do it to make the money, but you don't need to see it over and over again to get the point. So we'll clean up this last Pokemon here and then move on with the run. So that is it for Undella Town. We're now gonna head over to Upfront City. We're gonna take a little bit of a trek here over to Mall 9. Head on into the mall. We're gonna go up the right side. We're gonna face this rich boy here on this first floor, and then we're gonna head up to the top floor and face this rich girl here. Now, once that's done, we're gonna head on out of the mall. You could see that other person with their Cloyster. And we're gonna fly back to Upfront City, where we are going to heal for the first time. And I'll give you a chance to see what that looks like with the story strings as well. The abbreviated text prompts, so you don't have to click through as much. And we're gonna head on out of here and north up through this pass. We are going to skip this first trainer here, head up the stairs, and then we're gonna face this one, this one, this one, and this one. And that will wrap up the Unova region, so we can actually head over to Castelia and back over to the ferry and make our way on over to the Sinnoh region, where we're actually going to do one of the most profitable battles along the run here next. So once we get here, we're going to fly immediately over to Veilstone. And we're going to head south and around this bend, down through the pass. We're going to head over here and down, and then this guy is P.I. Carlos, the only NPC whose name I bothered to remember, because he gives you so much money. We'll fly back to Veilstone. This time we're going to go that little bit south, but then west and north. And up through this pass here. It's pretty much always raining here, and you'll face these two green hair trainers here. One of them has a Floatzel that has Focus Blast, and believe it or not is actually faster than your Cloyster. So your Cloyster will get hit once there, but it's really no big deal because it won't do that much damage. And right after this, we're about to head to Hearthome City and heal up. So we'll heal up here, run in and heal up really fast, come back out. And then we're gonna head south and then east, south again, and west around the bend, and then south through this pass here. We're gonna go down and wrap around these trees, these bushes. The better you get at your pathing here, the better your run will be. And you'll face these two old trainers here. No trouble there. These bushes always get me, man. And then you'll head up. And it's important here that you're going to face this rich girl before you face the rich boy. That's because the rich boy here, he has an Empoleon that can sometimes live a hit. But more importantly, has an Azumerrill that will use Scald. And has that little bit of chance to burn your Cloyster, which is actually super annoying and can set you back a tiny bit, maybe causing you to need an extra heal, or at the least taking the extra time with the text because you take the burn damage every time. So yeah, just face the girl before the boy here. Now, next we're going to head over to Salacian. And this is going to be our first double battle of the run, the first of two, which is why we have that second Pokemon in the slot. They're up here. Nothing major of note with them. And then after that, we're headed over to Sunny Shore. And we're gonna head west all the way through the pass and across the beach here. A little bit of a trek, but we're gonna head up the stairs and over to this rich trainer here. And then after that, we're headed up to the survival area, one of those endgame regions. We're gonna head east here. Hope we get lucky and have no random encounters through this. Yes, we did. We're gonna rock climb and face this green hair trainer here. Immediately fly back to the survival area. We're now going to heal again for the third time. Then we're gonna head out and west over this way, up the stairs. Make sure not to hit this grass. Got lucky there. That wasn't a random encounter. We're gonna pop a repel. Travel down and around this bend, down these stairs and this path south here, and then back west. Face this green hair trainer. Up and around through this grass, down these long stairs. We do not need another repel. That served its purpose. We'll face this green hair trainer. Head down these stairs, wrap around a little bit more, and face this last green hair trainer in this area. Now, after that, we're going to head over to Celestic Town, which is right over here. Always confuse Celestic and Salacian. And then we're gonna hop on over east to the bridge. This is where we need to use defog. Otherwise, you will have no idea what's going on. And then you're gonna face this old man trainer here. You're gonna skip this green hair trainer, skip this black belt, and then you're gonna head over there and then face this green hair trainer, and then face the second of two partner battles or double battles here. Now this one has a static or a Raichu that might have static, so if you end up hitting it with your second Pokemon that actually makes contact, it might get paralyzed, which can be kind of annoying. So you might want to pay a little bit more attention here and just attack that Raichu with your Cloyster, because Ice School Spear doesn't actually make contact. So tiny little thing to watch out for there. And then face this last green hair trainer down there. Now we'll fly up to Snow Point. And head in, heal up one more time. Head back over, and we're actually going into the gym, believe it or not. We're going to start behind this tip guy, the gym tips guy, and then go north. And then we're going to head west. Face this one first. Head back east, and then north, and face this one second. Now this guy is probably, or potentially, the most annoying in the whole run, because he has a Gengar that could Curse Body your Cloyster, meaning it would disable the Icicle Spear. At which point you would have to go back and heal up. So I'll show you really quick how to get out if that happens to you. So just go south here, hit this dot, and then be able to go west and back out of the gym to go heal up to the Poke Center, and then head back in and follow that same path north up from behind the tip guy. Now, hopefully that doesn't happen to you. You don't get Curse Body. The RNG gods are with you. And then you can just head over and down to face this trainer here. Then you'll head over to the stairs and over again to the west, then south, east, and north up to face this trainer. South again, west and west up the stairs, and then north, face this trainer. Go east, back west, south to face this trainer, and then that's the last one here in the gym. So after that, you can go east then south, east, south, west, and south out of the gym. Now, I know that was a lot of directions, but it really gets easy once you do it a few times. You'll get the hang of it, I promise. Now, by this point, you should be running low on time, but we're going to head over to the resort area. If you have only enough time for 2 more trainers, don't worry about healing here. If you feel like you have enough time to squeeze in more than 2, then you will actually run in and heal up quickly there. Then you'll head up north over this bridge, up this path here, and face these 2 green hair trainers that are facing one another. If you still have time at this point, then we're going to head over to against the trees because we don't want to use a repel, right? We're being cheap, and get lucky through there and not have a random encounter. Head north up through this channel and face this green hair trainer in the nook that's in the sandstorm. A lot of other runs will actually take you here sooner and farther into the sandstorm. I find it incredibly annoying because of the amount of time that it takes with the text and actually damaging your Cloyster. So that's why I opt to go with the Snow Point gym rather than going deeper into the sandstorm area. But at this point, if you still have a little bit more time, then you can keep heading north here. Face this green hair trainer on the right. Do not face this one on the left. Actually has a couple Pokemon that will really mess up your Cloyster and kind of just end your run at that point with how little time you have left. So skip this one. And then the most I've ever been able to get done is getting lucky through here, not using the random encounters. Ugh. Spoke too soon. We typically catch one there, sometimes get lucky and dodge it, but this is usually the last trainer that I'm able to get to in this run. So with that, you will have completed the run and earned an easy 200k or sometimes even more for your hour of time. Leave a comment with how much you were able to earn, or if you've made any adjustments to optimize your run. I'd really be interested to hear that in the comments too. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this helped you out. It brings me great joy and encourages me to keep going. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time, gamer.